Hello everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. Uh Blue skies above Vilnius actually today, which is very nice. We're very happy to see it, some sun coming out, even though it's supposed to be winter time where we're getting some nicer weather today. I literally just jumped in front of this in front of the charts today. I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago, just reviewed what is happening, what is going on, and then right away I'll say we're not gonna look to open any positions today up until indices are opening up in an hour. So it's 8:20 right now, New York time, and then we're gonna wait till 9:30 opening until we trade because we have NFP news coming in 10 minutes. So NFP is gonna hit the market. We don't have real expectations just yet. We're gonna dive deeper to take a look at what is happening in the charts, but yeah, gonna be a slow start. Some news releases in 10 minutes, and then we're gonna evaluate what we get right after that. Sniper Ball, hello, welcome. So let's just go one by one real quick. I was very much expecting dollar to start pushing to the upside to hit the last week's highs and buy side liquidity pool here that was called over the weekend. With this pushing to the upside yesterday, I was very much hopeful on that, but we didn't receive that, and then the chart just moved downwards, unfortunately. But we'll see. Maybe we get a bounce back today. Edgar has good day. Happy to have you. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, you didn't hear me initially because I was just talking to my colleagues right away. Didn't notice that I went live that early. Sorry about that. Yeah. We're all good. I'm with you. Um, so dollar, once again, weekly, I want buy side to get taken. Like there's nothing for us to do below these lows in a way. But we have to evaluate the fact as well that we just hit the daily lows from yesterday. Sell side here is taken. We have last week's high not taken yet, with this swing high not taking the buy side yet. So we'll have to evaluate. But two things that I'm looking at for today's NFP is three actually. First thing is right here. We're below midnight. I like the fact that we're below midnight. That might allow the market to shoot up. Second thing allowing the market to shoot up is here that in 15 minutes fair value gap from previous days on the left hand side, we just broke the previous day low as well, indicating that, yep, a push to the upside wouldn't be problematic for the market. Third thing, if even we go lower, I would kind of appreciate this fair value gap to give us an entry to do that. So gun to my head right away, just looking at dollar index, I'll be looking for initial push to the upside during NFP, and then we evaluate and we take a look at what we're having and what is happening. Okay? hmm 8 minutes to go, so let's take a look at a few more charts, if you don't mind. On Euro USD, I was very happy. I said it in the stream yesterday as well that I'm very happy that this was broken to the downside. Didn't help us at all with the hope that the market would continue lower. Didn't happen, but we have exactly the same setup as we have on dollar index. So we're very much in sync with Euro USD and dollar index. This time we broke previous day's highs. We're above midnight. We have a possible 1 hour fair value gap down here. Even if we push to the upside, I don't mind, but I would love to see some sell side here and here and here being taken before we do that. So initial move to the downside and then probably to the upside. Gun to my head again, right? I'm not gonna trade this. I'm not gonna try to engage. Okay. Edgaros, what's up? How did you like our last stream yesterday? Dollar against pound. Mm, Looking at it right here. Again, nothing very actual. Sometimes during the NFP, you can really see the next buy side liquidity and our sell side liquidity and what is gonna happen. Fortunately, these sell stops were taken by this swing low during London. Um, Still noted, okay, for ourselves. But if that would not have been taken during London right here, if this would not exist, I would call for sell side to be taken right away here. Wouldn't he have a problem with that at all? And maybe real quick, we had a buy yesterday offered by the markets on GBP USD, so I'd like to show you that. And the setup was actually very, very easy. Optimal trade entry here happened, and basically I literally wrote in Discord that if you are able to take a trade like this, you need one trade a week, and you don't need anything else besides that, you know. So GBP USD, we had weekly low being taken right here with this initial swing low, and we actually had a, where is it, a 1 hour fair value gap forming right here in terms of ultimate optimal trade entry, because we had a break of structure with this fair value gap taken away from the swing high. We take a look at our Fibonacci's. We find the golden level of 70.5 right here, and we enter. And if you enter such a trade, I'm literally saying you don't need much else to survive. And what I mean, you don't need much else to survive, because you're looking at a massive trade, which is almost like 1 to 5. 1 to, what is it? Yeah, 1 to 5, I think. Let's take a look. Right here, right there. So 100 pips almost, if you're still holding on to it towards the daily liquidity here. Stop loss of about 25 pips. And if you're not willing to take a trade like this, like then trading might become hard for you. But if you're ready to take trades like this, you're not risking much. You need only 1 to 5 here, so you need only what, 2 trades out of 5 to be profitable, so you can make 3 mistakes in a row and still be profitable if you take positions like this. Good basic trades, liked it very much. You're funny. Yeah, but this was a possibly very big trade that could have been taken. And I remember I was on the live stream yesterday when I noticed it. I wasn't interested because I was looking to hold a short actually on Euro USD yesterday when this was panning out. That's why we didn't participate. And then one more thing is we're just running around this daily fair value gap on GBP USD. So I was literally not interested to take any risk on this because I really don't know what is the current bias on this pair. Okay, not unlike Euro USD. Euro USD is looking a little bit more self-explanatory, if we can say so. Okay. Um, yeah, I have 3 more minutes until NFP, so let's probably, I'll keep dollar index on the side on my other monitor. Let's jump into Euro on one screen and GBP USD on another. I won't be looking at indices until the markets are opening up. It's just nothing I like that much. And I don't trade NFP itself, so we're just gonna take read. NQ though, interestingly enough, it took out this swing high just recently, and it's trading at the current new day opening gap right now. So keep a note on that. Okay. But let's do Euro USD and GBP USD for the very beginning. Let's evaluate what we're gonna see during NFP. So just looking at it right away, one more time, I would suspect dollar index going higher. If it wants to continue lower overall on the daily candle, I would suspect it going higher a little bit from where we're at right now, allowing for Euro USD and then GBP USD to push a little bit lower if that happens. Okay, but we'll have to see. We'll have to evaluate. A few more moments before NFP hits us. So 1 more minute until NFP hits. So let's take a look at 1 minute chart if there's any initial fair value gaps being opened up. Usually the market very much likes to start the run from a fair value gap, not just randomly. So this equal lows on GBP/USD. Let's just continue waiting. A few more seconds until NFP happens. Take a look here. Euro USD, a fair value gap forming. Maybe it will hold the price right there. I don't expect much here. Like, I really have no idea what will happen next 2 or 3 minutes. But we'll see. Sell side taken. GBP US dollar index itself moving to the upside, just like gold. GBP USD is just in 1 hour fair value gap that we mentioned before, and then dollar index is right now inverting that 1 hour fair value gap. So I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at dollar index, and I'm looking at that 1 hour fair value gap and seeing just how it will react right there. Okay. Just to show you around. 1 hour dollar index. So I'm watching this, but this push to the upside one more time. It was quite obvious because we just took out previous day low. We just took out midnight. Went below midnight as well. So we're trading below midnight. We just took previous day low. We're not bouncing in a random part of the price action. We're just bouncing from 15-minute fair value gap right here. So this is, it's not something that you can trade or you can enter, but this push to the upside is not random. It could be understandable. Yeah. Sell side brilliantly taken here. Dollar index. Oh, GBP USD, sorry about that. Not sure. New day opening gap right here, just holding the price to the upside brilliantly. You see how beautiful this is? And we just literally traded from one end dog to another. Thank you. This is new week opening gap right here, right there. We're still not in it. We still haven't gotten to it yet. On daily chart, there's a small SMT actually between indices, so you have to keep in mind that this is just continuously creating lower highs after lower highs on NQ. And if you take a look at ES actually created a higher high here. So we have an SMT divergence here, but we always say we don't look for a top, right? But this could be an indicator that something like that might happen, especially with dollar index now going higher. If dollar index pushes to those weekly objectives, the top being called on indices is quite reasonable. Just to allow the dollar to push up, meaning the indices would start crawling downwards a little bit. So initial flow out the NFP is released. It usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes for it to happen. And then we actually can start looking at the price action. But what I dislike very much right away is that Again, for 2 weeks now, we're trading around new week opening gap levels. So if you take a look at 1 week ago, this is the new week opening gap right here, starting over there, and we've never actually left it too much, right? We never started trading away from it. And exactly the same story is happening right now. Every Asian range, actually, except today's, is just literally one, two, three, four times Asian range is just opening and trading around that new week opening gap. This was the first day that we opened up below it. And then we literally just reached back into it. So I'm still not interested into like predicting that this is the time that we actually shoot towards the buy side in terms of weekly objectives, but we have to leave this new week opening gap level as soon as we can. Trading into next week. As soon as we get that done, and then next week opens up and trades away from it, I'm very happy because we're gonna see some trending markets right away. Mhm. Gonna be interesting to see where this 1 hour candle closes actually, if it is above or below this 1 hour fair value gap. Same here, right? So literally just as it would be 1 minute chart, you have to look at this very simply. Imagine this is not 1 hour, just 1 minute to make it simpler, right? Buy side is very clean here. Buy side is being taken. We broke to the downside right away, and we have a fair value gap. And if this is closing by a centimeter, by a millimeter below, we can use it as inversion right away to go short. Yet, problem. Look how far away we are from the previous high. Like the stop loss would be quite hectic for us. So we have to stay careful in a way, right? The market is very much opens right now. I'm literally looking on my right hand side, like I don't have my MT4 terminal like attached to the price action itself, so I literally can't see the half of the candles anymore because they just literally don't fit the screen anymore. Funny enough. Well, did you see, guys, how it was kind of, I'm not saying easy, but relatively self-explanatory in terms of understanding where the markets are gonna move up, why the markets are gonna move up, and then we literally use just two indications for that, three kind of. One of them that initially we're trading below midnight. We just hit the previous day low, and then we're creating a swing low, not in a random place. We're creating it at a 15 minutes fair value gap that was uh, created 2 or 3 days ago, I think. And then the three reasons just to say, okay, I'm interested in the price going higher, and we had a very nice objective here in terms of 1 hour fair value gap. Mhm. Sell side actually resting below here at 10806 ish. Yep, some equal lows right here. We might push as low as that. And when we hit some higher time frame PD areas, then we can look to evaluate what is actually happening in the market. Because in a place right here, right now, it's a bit random to just say, is it at top, is it the bottom, whatever, right? But once during the news, the market goes into a PD area that we have noted from previous day or a week ago or whatever, then we can start making judgments. Then we will start evaluating if the market will start turning around here, or if it is gonna look for continuation, and then, or maybe the market will consolidate here, right, until the market opens up. Maybe it will take bicep afterwards, break the structure, and then let us enter from a fair value gap towards that 1 hour level, right? So if, for example, the whole daily range today is the market opened up, the market went to the upside, right? Went to the downside now, and maybe we'll see some buy side levels resting above. So maybe we'll just have this right here as a wick. Maybe it will push up even lower to this 1 hour fair value gap, but maybe we'll see some buy side here, and then the rest 2 or 3 hours of the market we're gonna close above, and we're just gonna literally have a candle, right? A candle like this today, right? And it's quite self-explanatory. Once the market are opening up for where we are, right? They push to the upside, they push to the downside during the news, they hit up the array again, and then they close down somewhere. So maybe we're gonna catch this part of the move today. We'll see. Mhm. This is already trading below that daily fair value gap that I dislike so much this week, but I'm gonna still keep it on the chart. Look how boring this is. Take a look. This is the start of the year right here. Where is it? Yeah, start of the year right here. And look how nothing has happened yet. Nothing at all. This is January. Look how boring January is. Not only we mess with all our friends, we met with family here. We did a lot of celebrations, skiing and whatnot, got a lot of gifts. Not only we don't have that in January, we also have very boring price action in January. How fun is that, huh? Slowly actually start shifting toward indices though, because I don't tend to trade Forex after New York session is finished. I rarely do that. So I'll start slowly shifting towards indices here. Okay. And yeah, so let's actually review indices right away because I see a few things happening already. And one of them actually is an SMT that we have. So not only on the daily, remember, let's do it one more time, right? We have daily chart here and there. So not only on daily, we have an SMT. So let me fix up my charts and I'll show you around. So two SMTs at one place are happening right now on indices. We're creating a higher high here on ES, but we're creating a lower lows on NQ. So once again, we have a higher high on ES, but we have lower low on NQ. I'm not calling for a top, but we want to see a top happening at some point here or there because we have a lot of sell side resting below, right? And I right away go to a 5 minute chart, maybe 15 will be easier, and I can show you another interesting thing that is happening right now. Why I am actually gonna try to look for a shorting possibility because we're creating SMTs again. We just created a higher high on US 500 and we created a lower high on NQ. Not only that explains this push to the downside, of course it does explain it because dollar index was called upon to go higher, but this SMT perfectly explains why the market is breaking to the downside. And yeah, so if we go to an hourly, we have an actual breaker block right here, which will be the last down close candle before the move to the upside, right? So I'm gonna note this breaker block, and I'm gonna see. We're gonna see what the market gives us, and we're gonna evaluate in about 50-40 minutes from now. This 1 hour inversion is perfectly holding the price in place as well. Yesterday, not yesterday, a few days ago, entries were offered here, but look how perfectly we're holding the price in place again. So I'll say it out loud as well. If you guys are interested, we have new day opening gap levels here, right? I won't be interested in like more than five handle buys or like very quick scalps to the upside up until this is broken. So up until the point that we're staying below, oh sorry, we're staying below here and here. So about 17600 on NQ and about 4955 on ES. I'm not gonna be interested in buying more than five handles or anything like that. My bias will be bearish for today up until that point. Okay. GBP USD and Euro USD are bouncing a little bit from the initial sell side levels being taken. Not much movement yet, but it is showing some willingness to go higher right now. But this NFP actually created a very large range. It's gonna be interesting how we deal with it next week. Actually, it's gonna be very interesting to see that. Mhm. So I'm just looking at dollar index and Forex a little bit still. And the focus today, as always, will be index trading. Okay. So one more time, let's take a look at dollar index trading above current new week opening gap level. Happy to see that. That is very helpful. We have to keep this level in mind. Yesterday, it gave quite a few shorting possibilities here. Euro USD, sell side and previous lows of the day resting below. 1 hour fair value gap here as well. So up until the point that we get into that 1 hour fair value gap, buys are not valid here. Even if you can find like some inversion for value gaps or something like that, I wouldn't be looking to go long here until that 1 hour fair value gap is being hit. Also, we have 13 minutes until the 1 hour candle is closing. So we have to evaluate if this closes below or above it, right? If we close below, then this is our interest right away. GBP USD. I'll just leave this as it is. Won't touch today. And yeah, indices, back to indices. I would love to find an early trade today and just let the charts do their work on their own. Just let them be in a way, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll stay here until indices open and an hour after that for sure. So we'll still have time to maybe find an entry or two today. Because literally, even though we always say that throughout NFP week we tend not to trade, we tend to stay risk free and so on and so forth. Everything that happens after the NFP news releases is very reasonable to be traded. There's no problem in terms of like uh, pushing risk onwards from this point already. And there, I do see no problem in that. Euro, getting to that 1 hour fair value gap level. And we literally have like 10 minutes till the 1 hour fair value gap closes. So keep in mind dollar index just to see whether it closes above 103,450 ish. It probably will. It probably will. But just keep that in mind, okay? Last defense for buys right here on NQ. Right here. 50% of the massive order block that the market created as well. So I'm not showing this as a possible entry. I'm just saying this that if this structure starts getting broken below this fair value gap, this is the last line of defense for buy. So if anybody was buying up this market, this is the last line of defense before the market starts crashing down towards new week opening gap level. Okay. There we go. That level is supporting the price. So keep that noted. Keep that keep that on your chart. Keep that noted for yourself. Okay. 5 minutes, 4, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. 2 minutes doing exactly the same. 4 minutes actually closing below this fair value gap. So this might push down now. Because we always trust the higher time frame, even though 1 minute is supporting the price, like we have to trust the higher time frame in terms of what the actual market conditions are at the moment. Like very, very much this moment. But we'll keep looking. I'm not suggesting to enter any trades or anything, even though we're looking to be below discount. But I'm just looking at if we find support here, at least short term. If we take a look at Forex one more time, so Euro USD is pushing towards that 1 hour for Valga. This is a massive move, like this is the whole daily range. But uh, I at least try to stay away from stuff like this. So yeah, Euro USD probably is gonna hit this fair value gap, and then we can actually like. I'm not gonna trade it myself. I'm gonna in front of you guys, but I'll keep a 1 minute chart here on my right hand side. I'll see how the market reacts in this 1 minute fair value gap. I'm not saying that we should be looking to go long or short from this level. I don't have an opinion yet, but we have to keep a note on it at least to evaluate what is gonna happen. Okay? Yeah, so last line of defense is being broken to the downside. Yep. I'm just adjusting the charts on this is funny. The charts literally don't fit my screen anymore, so I'm just trying to adjust them so I can see everything nice and clear. This is funny though. Um, no SMT yet, but it would be cool that markets stay in sync. It would make it a much easier upcoming trading session for us. I'm not saying we should have participated in this trade, but just as a trade idea and just evaluating from what we've seen. So two things could have happened, right? I told not to look at this as an entry, but this 1 minute fair value gap not holding the price since it is allowing the market to trade below discount in the from the latest dealing range. It means a short-term shift in the structure, right? And so what do we do with short-term shifts in the structure? We treat it as inversions. Inversion happened right there, right? Stop loss right here. Take profit at 20 points. Very small scalp for a day like this. This is just perfect. Very simple idea. When I get one more time, maybe I'll show it in the green so you can see it a little bit better. 1 minute fair value gap being inverted. Enter as soon as you can after the inversion gets confirmed in terms of the candlestick closing below. Enter right away. 20 handles take profit possibly with 10 handles stop loss 1 to 2 in a day like this. You don't need much more. And if I would have taken this trade, I would literally call it a day and just go ahead into the weekend right away. So 4 o'clock. Just one more time in terms of what we see in Euro, USD, GBP USD, and all that good stuff. Okay, so dollar is finally pushing with speed this time towards those buy sell levels that we wanted to see. So for dollar, actually do a little change up on my charts. I'll use this fair value gap as possible inversion. So if we get below the current market price before this weekly high is being taken, so let's say if the market stop here, discount is right here, 1 hour fair value gap as well. I would be quite interested to look to enter trades on indices, looking to go short on them if dollar index starts looking to trade below the current market price into this 1 hour fair value gap, this might be a very nice, if we would trade dollar itself, long entry here. Euro USD just hit our interest point in terms of this 1 hour fair value gap. We have quite an opening here in terms of the full-on 15 minutes fair value gap, so I'll keep that in my notes. Now we just have to evaluate. This is not a random level for the market to be bouncing from anymore. So I'll keep glancing to my right because I have my Euro USD chart right next to me. We'll see. Maybe we can work with this, maybe not. Okay. Just keep an eye on it. GBP USD. I'm afraid I'm not interested in this. And then we go into indices. What are indices saying to us? What are indices saying to us? This is the bottom of the fair value gap. Interesting to see if that holds the price or not. Up on the close? No, it didn't. I think sell side is being confirmed right here, right there. Mm -hmm. 5 minutes. One more time. Euro USD. We'll see if this holds at all. I'm not saying that it should, but I'll continue looking at it. And yeah, knowing this and then watching this as well, let's just go into indices and start looking for possible trade opportunities. NFP is released. Market's kind of gassed out already, so it's a good time of the day to start looking at possibilities. Okay. Here we go. So this is 1 hour fair value gap, and we literally closed that 1 hour candle below it. We don't need this anymore. New week opening gap and new day opening gap. We have to evaluate how this reacts now. Still not taking any decisions. But you see how the market is reacting to very clear and clean as well levels? Like there's nothing random happening in a way. Inversion happening right here. Market goes below new day opening gap. It trades right into. Bodies are respecting the new week opening gap top. Everything is just becoming very, very smooth because the news are already released and the markets are saying, okay, NFP happened, we're good to go, let's see what we can do next. Dollar index is gonna hit that buy side level from yesterday very, very soon. Keep an eye on that. Right here. And yeah, now the waiting game starts. I want to partial out as soon as I can, right? So this is 10 handles already. I think this is our take profit. I don't need much more. With two loss, this is let's do it here. Since we are in such a big discount, we'll take one off here. Then we're gonna take one off here if we get there. I'm not expecting the market to push up so high because we're trading at the new day opening up. It might allow the market to push below the current market price. So we're gonna have to evaluate it live. But we're in a trade. Let's see. Let's see what good can happen out of this. Why I'm kind of happy with this SMT. I'm just not sure if I picked the right market. ES structure looked better for me in a way. That's why I went in on ES. And the risk itself seemed a little bit lower in terms of ES. So the risk here on ES right now is 4 handles, and we would be looking at around, similar risk, similar, very, very similar risk. Well, why I'm okay with this MCMT and why I'm saying this is a possible model entry for me, because dollar index just hit that 103,800 buy side. So buy side taken, SMT on indices, a few indications right away that the market might be looking to create a short-term low. I'm happy to play with it. Happy to see what we can get out of this. Just to show you, this is the buy side level mentioned, 103,824. Buy side just taken and SMT at the same time. Happy to see that. Not much movement yet, but we see. We'll see. This is 1 hour fair value gap bottom. So we see how many confluence points we have in one place. We have dollar. Let's even write it down. We have DXY taking out buy side. We have 1 hour fair value gap supporting the price. We have SMT with NQ. We have 1 minute inversion, and we have an entry. Right? Quite a few confluences, and that's why I'm happy to take a trade like this, right? It has a bit high chance to pan out, and with the risk reward conditions that we're getting with this trade, and I'm happy to take it, because more times than not, I'm gonna, by the end of the day, gonna have higher balance than I initially had while I was taking positions. Okay. Q is looking a little bit better though. Q is looking a little bit better. The inversion happened right here. Possible inversion entry, as we see. Buy side resting above. Dollar index though not breaking the structure to the downside yet. Not yet, so we see. We wait it out. We're already in a trade. The only time I kind of get worried that this doesn't work is if we start breaking to the downside. And when I'm in a trade, I always make it easy on myself, but I always try to count to 3, right? So for value gap not holding the price, volume imbalance not holding the price would be 1. Two. So two PD arrays not holding the price, and then we have a big order block. So everything below 4929.75, that is not my interest as well. So literally, this volume imbalance between the 904 and 905 candles is our last line of defense. And if we close below, what do we have? 4928.75. I'm getting out of this if we close below. Just explain myself in terms of what I want to do, what I want to see, and how I'm gonna manage this position. I'm just putting everything I said on paper, so I can't be lying to myself as well in a way. I just put everything I just said on paper, so I act on it myself as well. And putting it down on the paper, it kind of um, how to call it, not reminds me of what I just told to you guys and myself what I want to do, but it also is something that I don't forget because we might sit in this for half an hour and then I'll be look, I won't have a chance to change my mind. Changing your mind when you're in position, that's one of the worst things that can happen. And just keep in mind, we're not in NQ buys, even though NQ is looking a lot better than ES right now. Yep. We're coming back into the 1 hour, 1 minute, sorry, not 1 hour, 1 minute fair value gap. NQ is looking much better though, a lot better. If I would have entered here, I might be even looking to like pyramid from this 1 minute fair value gap being inverted. That's a possible entry as well. We'll trust ES doing the job. Structure is very, very similar. So NQ just pushed up a little bit higher because it created an SMT. It didn't have lows to clean. Interestingly enough, dollar just slowly breaking down below that buy side level, but yet not allowing for other markets to go to the upside as much as we want to see it. Let's just take a look real quick at dollar index. Right here, you see buy side taken, started to push below it. 15 minutes for value gap and 1 hour for value gap holding the price on Euro USD. Well imbalance supporting the price. And now decision making in terms of, not decision making, we already made the decision, we know what we're gonna do. If we close below 4928.75, we're just getting out of this, which is fine. Which is fine. I'm closing bases now, so. ICT always says, we trust the bodies because wicks do the damage, so we're still waiting it out because wicks only do the damage, right? Anybody of you guys in the trade together with me or not? There we go. Trusting the bodies, not the wicks. That is good. Happy to see it. I already have a smile on my face as well. I'm trading here on Top Step evaluation account here though. I started a 150k evaluation account 1.5 weeks ago. I think so. 1.5. Let me check in actually. Maybe you guys are interested to see that too. Dashboard. Can I see when I started the account? So I started it on 19th of January. Random place to start, but I was kind of starting to look at the charts more actively, and I needed an account to work with so I can stream with it and show you guys. So I opened up a 150 evaluation account. Yeah, we have, what is it? 48% win rate on the account. Yeah, I would disagree. Probably our actual win rate in terms of positions open is below 50%, but with trades taken. So sometimes I take 4 positions just with one idea, with one trade. So they probably calculate positions taken. So with positions taken, yeah, it's a bit different. But we're below 50% win rate now with 5k and a half of profit on the account. So fuck the win rate, I say. I'm just writing down some flaws and what I'm thinking about this trade to myself so I can journal it after. And this is this helps so you understand that there's no position on. Thank you. Now stuff is becoming even simpler, right? We always count to how much? We count to 1, 2, 3, right? So fair value gap right here, we want that to support the price. After that fair value gap, we have a volume imbalance right there. And after that, we have a, what do we have? We're gonna be looking at this fair value gap, right? And then we could actually call this candle an order block. So we don't want anything going below this low, so our stop loss goes right here. Might be too early. That happens a lot to me. I close a lot of trades too early. Actually, this is one of my main problems. But yeah, why I'm doing this right away, right? We have another SMT. So if we had SMT to the downside, which allowed the market to start pushing up, we have an SMT to the other direction now. Yes, creating a higher high, while list NQ is failing to do that. Take a look. Yeah. So I'm not happy in seeing that. I don't know. I want some speed. I want some direction, but not to see what is happening right now. Just trying to lower the risk as much as I can. Okay. So we just went from what we had 5 handles, I think. Yeah, 4.5. We just went to 2.5 handles risk. There's nothing for the price to do below where we are right now, and yeah, and we're not closing the position on my real accounts as well. Too bad, but it is what it is. First trade of the day and a loss, and very easy to understand why it happened. We created an SMT that did not support the idea, that did not support the price, and we're getting out right away after what? After we count to 1 PDRA broken, 2 PDRAs broken, and 3rd PDRA being broken. So first trade today, not successful, but we still have. I'll spend like an hour more with you guys, so we can continue looking. Some of you guys in Discord mentioned still being in the trade, right? Even you are, I think. Are you still holding on to it? Outside now resting below. I'll just go through the charts one more time to take a look at what we have. The markets are opening up in like 7 minutes, so I'm interested to see that. I would be very much interested to see dollar index going there before pushing to the upside though. That's a lot to ask for on Friday after NFP, but still. Mhm. 1 hour, 15 minutes supporting and holding the price intact. What do we have overall? Ugh. No fair value gaps, no nothing. Inversion happening, but I'm not interested. No, no thank you. GBP. And we come back to the good stuff. So 1 hour for value gap being broken to the bottom. Created a short-term SMT to get some more liquidity through drive pattern. I think this might start crashing like below very quickly because we have like 3 drives, 3 Indians, 3 whatever triplets pattern here, and we might start pushing to the downside a little bit quicker because of that. Might, keyword might. And I'm sure of what is happening. I usually open a position, you know, but when I believe that something might happen, then we stay like we are without the trade open. Interesting. Will this hold or not? Will this hold? Sell side now is being rated on both indices. Will this hold? If that allows the price to go, the ones that entered the buys from the inverted value gap and held on to it, yeah. You're still hold on to Ivan, right? Damn, let's hope this allows the market to go through. Fingers crossed, you know? Fingers crossed. Come on, come on, come on. For me personally, if this swing low would have taken this sell side resting below here, right? I would be interested in not even waiting for inversion. Oh, we can have an inversion here, but I would just be, if this swing low would have taken this sell side, I would be interested in doing this right away, like right away. Very nice setup possibly, but not yet, not yet. Let's glance at dollar. Pushing to the downside a little bit. Euro, not interested. Should be not interested. And we continue seeing what will happen here. We're just gonna be torn between two fair value gaps, but just keep in mind, guys, we started 1 hour early today, right? We started 1 hour early because of NFP. I just wanted to take a look at what is happening. But markets are opening in 1 minute, and then I'll just allow the markets to open up to see what we're being dealt with, and then we make decisions after. Okay. I'll remove these, remove these. This is even a loss. Yeah, it was a small loss. Yeah. This is fun. Pushing to the upside. It's good. Boom, boom, candles of the open, hopefully. Boom, boom. 30 seconds to go with the boom, boom. I would, like, if you have more than one contract open, just take something off from here. But if you have one contract open, just write it out. But if you have just more than 1.5, whatever, take something off above here if you can. Just to be on the safe side. Too bad, too bad, too bad. Ah. See S&T happening again? Here we... Okay, that candle is not closed yet, but NQ is looking to be a little bit slower than ES. First, just like yesterday, actually, ES moving much better than NQs. We'll see, we'll see. Markets are not in sync at all, like not at all. I want to see how we react now actually because of this SMT. This might be looking like a possible entry now on the ES. We keep this fair value gap on. Sell side taken, right? If after the sell side gets taken, we invert this one. I'm interested in buying from this one. Otherwise, not much more judgment on my end. Okay. This is an old new week opening gap level. Not interested in shorting this, not for me. Even though this is a breaker block, right? Not YouTube 2022 because still buy side resting above, but if you imagine this buy side taken, this might be acting as a breaker block, this 0927 candle. So we're gonna treat it as it is a breaker, we're not gonna short it, but if we get this breaker broken to the upside, I'm getting confirmation for inversion for value gap. Be taken as an entry, and I'm literally entering a trade as we speak. Top out below the low. How many handles we have here? 20. I'm gonna take the profit right here, right there. One. Do you see how quick sometimes this is? Like, I didn't even have time to explain myself. But looking at it real quick, sell side taken. We saw these equal lows. Sell side is being taken. 1 minute chart is saying, okay, if we go above this, this is becoming an inversion. Inversion happens with 933 closing above. We enter right away. One candle above, 20 handles above us is our take profit. Easy trade. Can't say, but we'll say it out loud. Easy money as well, probably, right? If you're trading on a live account, we're on the demo still here, so and nothing easy in terms of what we have currently going on because we just came back to the break even, right? So we took a small loss from here to here, probably, and then we just closed this one candle buy on NQ ourselves. Writing it down to myself. Did you guys even manage to react to what happened on this live stream? In 1 minute, basically, probably even less, 45 seconds of a trade or something, you know? I would love the markets to get a little bit more in sync than they are right now. Five minutes break of structure happening as well. Keep an eye on this. 5 minutes is breaking the structure in terms of this swing high being taken. YouTube 2022 might pan out here. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts in a way in terms of just understanding what is happening. So if I go one by one, right? I've been kind of crying out loud for dollar to finally hit any of the buy side targets for the last 4 or 5 days, right? We got that. Difficult part for me now is that, so what happens, right? We just hit the buy side level. Do we retrace, allowing indices to push upwards, which would indicate buy side as our target, or does it continue? Um, right now, I can't judge, and I probably won't be able to judge for next 20 minutes. So I'll just wait till 10 a.m. New York time to make any judgment calls here. But I'm looking at this still, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. Nope, not at all. Thank you. Pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. Sadly, that NQ is pushing up higher right now compared to ES, because if ES would be pushing higher much faster, I would be saying that I'm interested to see this breaker bar holding the price to the downside, right? But now NQ is moving much faster, a lot faster, actually. うん But this push to the upside is very reasonable. Sadly, like, even I'm sad you got taken away from this trade, but this SMT allows the market to push up, and yeah, it looks very good. Continue higher. 10 a.m. news, you say again, right? Um, yeah. Because I took this very small scalp, I'm not interested in taking anything before 10 a.m. anyhow. But dollar index just pushing through that buy side again. Going for the 103850 probably. Very, very quickly. Um, I would really love to know what dollar index is thinking in a way. If it just continues pushing to the upside, even though the sell side is taking, we have a sell side liquidity pool on ES, so short on ES would be very valid. But dollar index decides just randomly, not randomly, it wouldn't be random because buy side liquidity is taken. If dollar index decides to start pushing to the downside towards that 1 hour fair value gap below the current market price, looking for buy entries here as well is reasonable too, but I can't evaluate right now yet. Just not yet. Mhm. Just as soon as we push through this dollar index, kind of pushed below the last this week's high one more time. Equal highs right here, so this probably should support the price going to break through it. How much handles has it moved already? So we took a trade of 20 handles. That's awesome. That is great. Mm, so deposit like yesterday, the call that we made was like 80 handles. It was awesome enough already. What do we have? 10 candles here, 80 handles again. Like the markets are insane. This supporting the price is reasonable as well. You see. So this is 1 hour for valid gap that we're inverting, and a new day opening gap as well. But yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know. This is a closed end already. Crazy. Hmm. Interesting, right? Like dollar index breaking to the downside. That that's reasonable. That's cool. That's totally understandable because buy side was taking. It allowed DC markets to push up. I'm a bit sad we're not in it participating, but we're looking at something interesting happening because like ES is very much behind in terms of how much traction it gotten to the upside compared to NQ. NQ is just going mental in a way, just pushing and a pushing and a pushing. This feels very manipulated though, like no retracements, no possibilities of entering or even getting a chance to get in, you know? Mm. I see how dollar is breaking below. We're looking at SMT right now as well. Interestingly enough, in terms of ES failing to create higher highs, ES also has sell side resting below. This is something I want to look at. Like, it would be very reasonable to push lower. Very much reasonable. Do you see how SMT happens? Bomb right away. Markets start moving to the other side. No other indication that something should change in the delivery. Just SMT. That's it. Bomb. We have something happening. We have movement right away. Cool, right? Mm. Well, you just can't participate in moves like this. This is just too much. When I sit in the charts like this, like how to say it? I'm not looking I talked about it yesterday as well. I'm not looking to profit or to win initially while it's showing this to you guys. I'm looking to follow the process. And us knowing that sell side rests below right here, it doesn't mean that you right now we would just press short and we just run it out, because probably this account could even burn out if we do that, you know, because there wouldn't be enough margin for this possible drawdown level. But I feel like it is a win, not when you win in terms of hitting your take profit, but when you win in terms of actually doing the right thing. Because if you get into a habit just trading properly and doing the right thing, not from time to time, but always when you're in front of the charts, you can deal with whatever you want. And then, like, doesn't matter what kind of balance you have, doesn't matter what kind of broker you do it with, if the broker is trying to fuck you over or not. It's, it becomes very nice to work with. Um, since it's not 10 a.m. yet, I'll just watch this. I would love to enter, but this is nothing that my model would call for. I can't enter here. Dollar index though. One more time, dollar index is pushing back up into the buy side. We have SMT on dollar index compared to other forex pairs, as I see as well, right? So dollar index created a lower high with the buy side being taken. EU did exactly the same, lower high with the buy side being taken, so nothing happening here, but GEO lower low with buy side being taken on dollar index. Keep that in mind, keep it to your notes, evaluate, see what it means, what it could mean overall in terms of SMT being shown to the marketplace, but just keep that in mind. I'm watching it on my right hand side as well, just to see if there would be a possibility to enter anything just yet. Okay, back to the indices. So the 10 to 10 macro is starting, so 10 minutes to 10 and 10 minutes after the hour itself. Usually the macro allows the market to move a little bit one way or another. Sell side to be taken, buy side to be taken, stops to be taken, so let's see what we get. I'll stay here for like 20 more minutes and then I'll close off the stream. We're what, like 200 bucks up today? That's good enough. On this evaluation account, like it's perfect. Still watching the sell side. Still interested in that. Okay. When I see what is happening with dollar index, I think it's just gonna continue pushing to the upside. It would be very nice to see like 103,700s to be broken below. 103,650 maybe even. That would be just awesome on dollar index. This would just allow the indices to continue higher. Because right now we're just in a dealing range. Like, yes, take a look at this. Like, yeah, we're trading in a premium. We could treat it this as inversion, but I'm not. No, I'm not interested in going short here. You could, but not for me. Not for me. Like, this going to this level is nothing special, but I don't look at it as a short entry. Not just yet. Not just yet. 3 more minutes till 10 o'clock. We'll see what we get then. We'll see if this holds, but I would totally understand the market pushing up towards the buy side even more. as long as dollar index continues to break down. So just I said 103,700 are nearby. If that gets broken to the downside, I think indices will just continue rapidly moving upwards. Let's see. So basically risking actually both ways, above and below on ES now. But the market's finally got in sync, right? So, and it would be very nice to get out of this dealing range right now. Dealing range for us is the most recent like 20 candles, whatever. Like these 10 candles is our dealing range that we're looking at right now. And as long as we stay in it, like it's weird that it's 50-50 basically. You can see market going both directions from here. Whoops, I think I moved the screen a little bit. Let me fix it. There we go. Back to normal. How many news are hitting the market right now? Buy side taken would be awesome if we want to deliver to the downside. I'd love to see that. But we keep on looking, keep on watching. On daily, overall, like we're almost at the market open as well. Like daily, it hasn't moved that much to neither direction yet. Still no more. It's interesting that the news didn't punch through neither buy side or the fair value gaps holding the price in place. Interesting. No movement yet. Like you can't call this like a real movement. Buy side being left open above the market. Dollar index taken out buy side one more time. Looking at higher time frame bias and like daily candles, weekly candles, dollar going higher is totally reasonable. That's totally understandable. Like, I see both draws on liquidity. On NQ, it's not that clear. On ES, it's very clear. Buy side risking above, sell side right here. But just the markets are out of sync still, so I have to wait it out until they get in sync. Because dollar is literally just ripping to the upside, and indices are just being held in this like 5 minute consolidation. Interestingly enough, but yeah. No movement yet. Like, we need some displacement from where we at right now before we make any risk additionally to what we've done today. Dollar still pushing higher. So these fair value gaps being broken to downside would be quite reasonable. So I'm looking at this being broken as well as that to be broken. But it's just I don't like this buy side pressing above. Very simply. So far, so bad. I would say yesterday. You would always say throughout the stream. So far, so good. Today, not much is happening. Still, buy side resting above, and then just to put a gun to my head right in a way. Buy side being taken, and then the price starting to run below it. Inverted for value gap, or this swing low being broken would allow me to take a trade towards the sell side liquidity. I'd love to see that. From what we have right now, from this like consolidation and formation that we have right now, I'm not interested in going short. I can't go long from this neither, so I'm still waiting it out. Let's take a look at the higher time frames. So this is exactly now setting aside in Q what I just said about ES, right? That 1 minute buy side being taken, what does it mean? It means that we're allowing this fair value gap to be entered on 1 hour. I like that. I like then the price going lower towards this 1 hour fair value gap level below the price, right? That's not the problem. Uh, but we need advice to be taking. 15-minute chart, not interesting. 5 minutes. Let's see. Optimal trade entry might happen here, but I'm not interested in taking that neither. Why? Because dollar index is just pushing to the upside. We can't go for buys here if dollar index just continues to the upside, right? So 1 minute still in the same place. And this as well, this is a bullish breaker for us. So just to explain on NQ, we have a very clean start, initially low, high, low and low here, higher high being created here. This whole price run is a breaker. So I'll just note the top of it so far. I don't need the whole of it, just to keep it in mind. 15, not really showing it, but 5 minutes very much showing it. Breaker block. These two up close candles would be the breaker block for us. Keep it on this interval only for myself, not to clutter it too much. First, like not tough, but first harder day in the market since we started streaming this week. It was quite easy to call what I'm expecting and what I'm seeing throughout the days. But yeah, you know what I will do? If this closes inside, I'll go for a buy towards this buy side liquidity level. I'm fine with taking it. Ah, was I really that slow? I can still go for it with one lot from this volume imbalance. Buys entered, so we're gonna stop ourselves out right here, and then we're gonna target this buy sell liquidity level. Why I'm entering this is two simple reasons. This fair value gap kind of, exact word, kind of holding the price, but I like this breaker holding the price. So I'm kind of using the structure of NQ to enter this. And I'm fine with this risk, like the 22, 3 handles risk for 6 handles of possible take profit. I need this volume imbalance though to hold the price. If that doesn't happen, we're just gonna close the position. And I'm gonna actually call it a day. Yeah, I started before NFP today, so 2 hours in almost already. So I'll call it a day if this doesn't pan out. Even if it does pan out, I'm gonna call it a day. So yeah, I hope you had fun. Hope you found this insightful as well. This was actually like the lowest, not energy, but lowest, let's call it energy stream in terms of what we had this week, because the market conditions were a little bit tough. We initially looked for this inversion fair value gap to support the price run to the upside. Didn't take any partials here, so we got stopped out a little bit below our entry. And we took that loss back. I'm gonna get stopped out. Sorry about that. Let's just allow it to happen. But we took it back right away with this inversion for value gap happening right here and entering the market for the buy towards this buy side liquidity level. So a break even day today. We're just we're just gonna continue watching, but I'll wind down the stream. I'm gonna close the charts. I'm gonna move to my phone. And this weekend, a big report coming again. We'll review the whole trades we did this week. And I guess see you Monday. See you Monday, 4 o'clock Lithuanian time, 9 in the morning New York time. We're gonna have some fun next week again. So thank you for being here. And bye.